Hey everybody, it's Mr. Delusive with the weekly Devblog. This week I was finishing the Planetary building. I did all the resource lists for the planets. So all this section here, that's all done for every single planet. And I started doing the functionality of all this here. So the miners, as you can see here, we got 2 units used and 8 unit size of power. So we're getting the 8 units from buying one power plant 1. So I'm still doing this at the moment, but as you can see there, the units go up. If I buy a stronger power plant, the power supply goes up, and so on. So still doing all that. That's going to be finished probably today anyway. But I'm also implementing a max module amount for every planet. So like Delusia 2 will have 8 module max. Other planets maybe 3, some 5, and so on. And I did this because pretty much when you're mining, it will be going to your cargo base straight away. Well, when you're doing the planetary mining, it goes to your cargo base straight away. So there's kind of less worry about flying around and picking up all the resources that way. But that could be abused because some planets have really good resource lists. Like there's some planets that are like very high in diamond, gold, platinum, and then they're uncommon with radium crystals, cyanobacteria, which are the most expensive resources to find in the game. And what can happen with that is people can go to those planets once they find them and just settle down on there and maybe a few other planets and put all the miners on those planets, and then just ignore all the other planets. But with the max modules, so you still got the benefit of, you get all the resources in one easy place in your cargo bay, but you're still forced to go around and explore. So firstly, you're exploring anyway to find the good planets, and then you're also exploring too. You have to put miners and power plants on other planets anyway. So yeah, like with that max modules, it starts at around, the ones with good resources, they have a limit of around 3 at the moment. And like Delusia 2 here has a limit of 8 modules. But as you progress, so it's going to be like that for now, but as you progress in the character skill tree down the building and mining paths, that's one of the skills you can unlock is, double the module amounts, and then triple them, and then so on, and then maybe like 10 times or something near the end. But yeah, so that brings in to start. Yeah, it's kind of a limited. It kind of controls what you can do with the planetary building, but you still have that exploration. You still have that free range to choose whatever planet you want and set the modules on them. But yeah, and also I've done the saving of this section. So I spent a lot of this week kind of researching how to change the save system. If I go, I'll change the screen to desktop mode for a second, if I can get to here. So just switch to desktop mode, if that works. Yep, still recording me. Yep, okay. So at the moment, I'll show you how the saves are going. So this is your main save file, and that's how the game, if we go here, that file list is the same as this one. Again, running in desktop lags it. I don't know why. But yeah, so this list here is the same as this list here. If we delete, let's say DS Viper, we'll see it go there. But also with the new Planetary building, I've added this section here. So there's two files, and I didn't really want to do it that way, but the way it works, it kind of has to. And also there's CSVs, which is kind of, I don't know, old school. I did want to have, so what I looked up this week, I saw people were doing XML serialization and saving in a .save file. But see, when I first started this game, I did have XML serialization for content control, but I kind of went away with that because I didn't like it at all. And now all the content controls handled in the content manager, all handled within code, not in, you know, external files like XMLs. But yeah, so and the file save functionality and all that, I've just got it saving to CSV, and then I built a simple MD5 encryption. So if we go into this, we can see every single line gets encrypted, and then when you load it in the code, just run the decrypt method. It's pretty simple, but yeah, it's saving to CSV. And there's an easy workaround for cheating anyway in that, but I mean, you can do it more in the save file here. In these lines, this is the ship line, you can copy and paste, and then you got multiple ships of the same type. But I mean, you've got in-game cheats anyway. So yeah, I mean, that's one thing people can do, but it's still, that encryption adds a layer of protection to the what gets written. But you can't do it to Planetary. If you say you've got this planet and you know that planet has a heap of modules that are generating minerals for you, if you could copy and paste that somewhere else, but it wouldn't work because each line hard codes the planet name as well. So this might be Veritas 3. Funny, I chose Veritas 3. Doesn't have anything to do with that V3, by the way. But say this was Veritas 3, it would say something like Veritas 3, and it's just 7 numbers, which are just, you know, how many of each module you own. So if you copied and pasted that, it would still say Veritas 3 in another line, and then it would pretty much just remove the resource list from no, not the resource list, it will just remove the number of modules you own for this other planet from the game, and then it'll probably crash. So it'll probably corrupt the save. But yeah, so I was looking at how to change this up and put in a save file, but yeah, I'm kind of going to stick with this method, just having it in the CSV encrypted. But yeah, so that's what I was working on this week, and finishing up, I'll switch back to, is it scene 2 or scene 1? Maybe not. Scene 1. That's right, yep. Double check, yep. So, yeah, that's what I've been working on. So if we go into Arena quickly. We'll see a different resource list for the planet. So as you can see here, the planet types are ocean. It's got plenty of oxygen, water, iron, tungsten, and uranium, which appears a lot in Rainer space. So yeah, like it's all stuff like that. And what I'm gonna do as well, so I've still yet to add the market pricing. So it all had, so every single item has a price, but on the market, depending on where you are, I've started to add, I've got the framework for it ready, but depending on where you are, the prices will adjust based on your location. So with that, I'll be taking into account in each system, so say Bubbed Katha system, I'll look at what resources are abundant and what's uncommon and rare, and then I'll get all that information from all the planets in the system and say put it into a int array, and it'll put a value on, well, it'll put a number against each material, and the higher that number means the more common that element is in this system, and then that number can be used against the marketplace to adjust the buy and sell prices. So say rhenium is very common in Bubbed Katha, it might get a score of 10, and then that 10 will maybe, it could be the multiplier for, or the divider for the price and the buy and sell price of rhenium. So maybe rhenium will be 127 instead of 1,273. But that's one option. It'll be along those lines, but that's how I'm pretty much going to do the price adjustments for each system and each planet. So there will also be a number for the planet. So oxygen, obviously on this planet, oxygen and water will buy and sell very cheap because it's very abundant on this planet. So, you know, water will probably be, 10%, so $3.40 to buy and maybe $1.10 to sell. So, yeah, that will do that. And yeah, let's say you're mining on this planet. Well, this is the home planet for Rain anyway. Say this wasn't, say you're mining on another planet and that's high on rhenium, and yeah, rhenium's going to cost cheaper to buy and sell on that planet, but it's going to come to your cargo bay here anyway. So that's another thing to consider with the marketplace. But yeah, like, because let's say you've played the game for 20 hours, you've got modules on all of Delusia space, you've got some in Vipersec, you've got some Griffin, you've got some Chimera, and then now you're finishing Rainer. So you're getting all the materials, and then you come here, which is your home planet. You've got access to your cargo bay, and all the materials are coming in. So all the Delsec materials, which sell for heaps here, will come to the cargo bay here, and all you'll just have to do is sit here and wait for Delunium to come in, and then you sell it for 10 times the price, making profit. So that'll be something I want to prevent as well from happening, but that's all later down the track to be considered. But yeah, guys, that's everything I've been working on, I think. Yeah, it was just all the planetary buildings. Thought I made some adjustments to construction bay, but yeah, I can't remember what I did. Where'd it go? Construction bay. Yeah, it's anyway. No, I don't know if I showed it off. I finished the item infos here, so it's just cleaner now. Yeah, that's all done. So it's just the basic information. You know, ship type is the fighter, armor, mass, etc. But yeah, so this week I'm finishing the functionality of this, and then yeah, adding the max module amounts, and then that'll be done. It's not much to go. So after that, I'll probably be either going to the skill tree and just finally getting that section up, or going back to making a few weapons, because I've got a few ideas for some more weapons now. Anyway guys, I'll leave it at that, and thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you next week.